TGIF, ladies and gentlemen, thank goodness it's fitness, okay? We've got a fun one here for you today, consisting of double unders, squats, hand release push-ups, single arm thrusters, all right? Now it's going to start with 60 double unders. Obviously, if you're proficient with the jump rope, have no problem there, great. Otherwise, you can obviously modify those reps, anything down to 20 reps. 60 doubles really is not taking us more than 60 to 70 seconds, frankly, okay? If you feel like it's going to, modify those reps again. So if you're somewhat proficient, but you feel like that volume might be a little overwhelming, adjust it, all right? Otherwise, go to the single under. You'll be doing 120 single unders instead. Obviously, same rule applies. If that number is going to be a bit daunting to get in that time frame, modify it and bring it down to 60 singles. That's okay as well. Now, if you don't have a jump rope or perhaps a backyard or a safe space to actually jump rope, that's completely all right. A lot of different options. All right, beginning with what we call a toe touch. So just using a plate or any variation's maybe not the right word, but any kind of elevated surface, maybe just a centimeter off the ground even, something to put your toe on, all right? Your right foot would touch, your left foot would touch. When my right foot touches again, I've counted 1 rep, okay? So always just counting one leg. It would be 1, 2, 3, etc. In that case now, if you're doing toe touches, you're still counting 120, okay? So we're going to replicate essentially a single under. Kind of modify that and replicate a double under. We'll give you the lateral hop today, all right? From this position, throwing the legs over, landing on one side, same thing on the other. With regards to the lateral hop, we're going to ask you kind of give yourself a rather great distance, okay? Great's not maybe the most accurate word, but we don't want it to be something where it's back and forth here, okay? But actually encouraging you to spend more time in the air. The height in which you're going to have to jump is irrelevant, okay? Kind of replicating what we're looking for in a double under, where it's time spent in the air. Not how high you jump, but how long you're suspended for, okay? So for the toe touch, that will be the single under. The lateral hop will be a double under. If you don't feel comfortable doing either of those, we do have mountain climber options. So if you're going to do the double under mountain climber, you'll have your foot touch on the outside. It's just like a spider lunge here. So in this plank position, right foot on the outside of the right hand, left foot on the outside of the left hand. That would be 2, 3, 4, 5, counting up to 60 that way, okay? It shouldn't really take you more again than 60 to 70 seconds. If you find that does, you can adjust it to 40 to 30, all right? We're really not doing less than 30 reps there. If that mountain climber is a bit challenging or awkward, all right, substitute basically our warm-up mountain climber. We call these our single under mountain climbers, okay? Where the knees are now just tapping in towards the elbow. Those are much quicker, all right? Not easier or harder, just a faster pace. So those will replicate a single. You would do 120 there, okay? So consider that. Every step counts, left, right, 120 times. Those are all going to be your options for the rope. You finish your 60 or whatever version you're doing, you're going to get your weight. You're going to perform a goblet squat, okay? So this is really only going to require one weight here. If you have 2 that are very light and you want to replicate a front squat, that's fine, okay? Or if you have a backpack, you want to do a sandbag squat, that's fine. Or a plate, in this case, we'll show you as well, but with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can just hold it in your chest. You can hold it this way. All right, you can hold either head of the dumbbell, but you're not resting it on your torso. Recognize that. It's in front of my body. From here, butt back, knees out, all the way down, all the way up. Okay, we are not keeping it on the shoulder. Ideally, again, there's obviously always exceptions to rules. If they're 2 light ones, you can do that. If it's extraordinarily heavy, you can also do that. We want to ideally be supporting that in the front, just performing that squat all the way down, all the way up. Again, if you have a backpack, you want to do that sandbag, we would encourage that as well, all the way down, all the way up. Think pinching your elbows, all right, squeezing the bag together. With the plate, it's the same idea, pardon me, all right, pinching your elbows, kind of holding in the front here. But if this feels too uncomfortable or awkward, you can in fact support it on your back, and we'll have you go there instead. If none of those options are going to be good for you, no worries, air squat instead, hips back, knees out. Equally as effective. You want to take it to the next level, jump squats. All right? Down, up, piece of cake. After that's 20 hand release push-ups. Okay? So when our chest does come to the ground, our hands will get this out of the way. Our hands will come off of the floor. Legs are squeezed together, elbows track back, belly and chest down, hands off. Full extension. You don't have to show everybody, okay? It's just a small distance from the ground. literally just releasing for a moment and pushing, kind of ensuring we're getting that full depth, all right? A little bit more challenging, can't zoom through these as much, kind of more of this drudging pace, all right? Stick with it. Obviously do the assisted if you need to. If that's even a bit challenging, do the assisted with just a regular push-up. You do an elevated push-up, making sure still nonetheless my chest is always connecting with the ground. All right, so after my 60 doubles, I've done 30 goblet squats, I'm doing 20 hand release push-ups, and that's 10 single arm thrusters, okay? So using a dumbbell here, you bring it up to the shoulder, squat stance is set, butt back, knees out, jump short punch. I perform all 10 on one, I perform 5 on one arm, all right, coming all the way down, all the way up, switching sides, and then doing 5 on the other. So again, things to consider here, okay? Weight should be somewhat manageable in the sense that I can do all 10 unbroken, no problem, okay? During the later rounds, as the reps increase, that might be more of a struggle, but it shouldn't be too unbearable heavy. Same with the goblet squat. If I asked you to do it unbroken, maybe you couldn't per se, but it's not gonna take you more than 2 sets to get 30, all right? So encouraging a little bit of that heftier weight there. One thing to mention, I'm a little out of order on this, but that's all right. If you don't have weight for your thruster, okay, you can substitute that with a burpee. It's our best subbing option. You just do 10 burpees there. And I'm suddenly realizing I didn't say if you have a bag or if you have a plate, it's just 2 hands on that object for the thruster itself. So you're still doing 10 reps. All right, a little bit more vertical here, hips back, knees out, shrug and punch overhead. And that's kind of the option that we're looking for, okay? Same with the bag, same idea. If you have a kettlebell and you're able to support in that front rack, great. If you want to do that narrow grip, great. All right, again, if you're doing a single arm, switching 5 and then 5 for the 10. Now, again, kind of to backtrack, rewind for a moment, the way in which the workout flows, 60 doubles, 30 goblet squats, 20 hand release push-ups, 10 single arm thrusters, switching at the 5. The next round is 60 doubles, 20 goblet squats, still 20 hand release push-ups, now 20 thrusters, switching every 10, all right? That will be written down for you. But you're basically doing half the reps on one arm, half the reps on the other, not switching every 5, but now 10 and 10. You finish those 20 thrusters, it's 60 double unders, 10 goblet squats, 20 hand release push-ups, 30 single arm thrusters, and you've guessed it, 15 on one arm, 15 on the other. All 15 reps must be completed on one side before you do the reps on the other side. So, considering all that, make sure that you have the appropriate weight, make sure that you have the appropriate understanding of the movements, make sure you don't get distracted from passerbys. All right, obviously staying on the other side of the fence there. We got little peekers through the holes, I love that. All right, they can always subscribe to CrossFit DC. All right, hopefully you've already done that. Or CH Fitness, both is always better. We're all here for the same thing, ladies and gentlemen, to try and put that smile on our face and trying to stop fitting in these t-shirts, all right, and getting ready for the sun's out, guns out, skies out, thighs out anthem. All right, the summer is going to be fantastic. Spring has already been wonderful. We'll see you soon. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen.